career and vocational exploration television. This is, of course, Digital Edge TV.
The best advice I can give is to learn how to leverage your skills for growth.
College is not for everybody. It's good for a lot of people. That wasn't my case.
I taught for over 20 years. Just to enter into the field of teaching, you have to have, number one, a 4-year degree.
After sports ended, it was time to make money. And so I figured, let's go ahead and use that degree. Let's apply our trade in this corporate world.
I had 2 master's degrees.
I realized that world wasn't for me.
I'm constantly having to relearn every 4 years.
Number 2, you have to have a certification in your field of study. And you have to have student teaching. With all of that, I ended up with a salary of less than $60,000 a year.
If people are able to trust you, you know what you're talking about, they don't care about the titles, they don't care about the degrees.
That a lot of people, such as myself, are career transitions.
My life wouldn't be where it is today if I had just been left in a cell 24/7, and I didn't have those opportunities to get out and see people like you speak. Thank you very much.
I'm 55 and I want to change my career. So listening to this, all this information, I really, I'm so happy that I got on this Zoom. It's just a lot of information that I loved it, that I heard. I'm so happy that I got on it, that I don't know what to do.
Wow. Awesome.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what to do. Spread the word, right?
You want to be fulfilled as you live your life. So encourage everybody to grow in it. And you will find yourself that God is going to open doors. And you're going to, as you be a blessing, you're going to be blessed at the same time.
Got to make a living one day. You got to put your feet on the ground and figure out a way to make a living for yourself. Might as well enjoy it, right?
She's a senior. What you going to do when you graduate?
Probably welding or electrical.
She has no aspiration to go to college or anything. She wants to get out and work with her hands and her mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this in general is pretty awesome. There's a lot of students here that have no idea what trades are. They don't know what apprenticeships are, and they get to learn that today. So there's going to be a lot more students here today that get to make an informed decision on their future and moving forward and when they graduate high school.
I got Mr. Bruce Hallman here. He's with McGee Brothers Masonry. How long have you been working with McGee Brothers?
40 and a half years.
Think he's got
I've about to learn how to do it.
Think he's got a trial in his hand someday?
See good, eager young kids that want to learn. They just need somebody to teach them, and that's kind of what we're here for. I know I look back at my career and the people that took the time to teach me and show me how to do things right, and take your time and do it right first, and the speed will come to you.
We need industry to be involved in this.
Your feet on the ground and figure out a way to make a living for yourself. Might as well enjoy it, right? Yeah. What's the most satisfying part of your career, Ben?
I would say the very end of each job, being able to know that the brickwork that we do is always going to be there. And it's so much fun to ride around town, on a weekend with family and friends and be like, hey, I did that.
And what happens on pay scale is it gives you a very clear scope of what is happening in that industry.
You click on the heat map there, you can actually take a look and see how many opportunities are available.
TVI Vector Impact, this is another resource.
That's actually a great startup for you to put together your LinkedIn.
What roles or other positions you can take to divide your career path.
Nationally, there are 663,000 unfilled jobs in cybersecurity.
LinkedIn, compared to other platforms, is my favorite source. Not only network, but also follow those who are already doing what I'm doing.
Educational resources, what the salary is, where they're hiring for in your state and your city.
North Carolina, you have how many? Highlight that, I think 21,000. Yeah,
in
21,000 jobs.
On-ramps to careers in this, right? Where do you go?
If you have a certification, there's a lot of positions that are out there.
The Security Plus is what we call an IAT Level 2 certification, which is recognized by the government.
Talk about possibilities of income earning. Which would you recommend?
In private sector, I've seen a mix.
He just got his Security Plus, and he had no technology background whatsoever. He had a degree in maybe sociology.
In the government sector, they usually have their own internal teams.
In a few months, he was making $75,000. Like 2 years later, he's already at $130,000 a year.
What does the age sort of range look like for new hires?
I've worked with an individual that did an internship with us. So he was really 16, 17 years old. I think at the position he was making $50,000.
There is such a demand. When I went into cybersecurity, I doubled my income and I work from home. Talk about the opportunities. Like, wow.
Those that are in the Zoom room will take this opportunity to ask questions as well. Scott, you want to jump in real quick?
When I made the leap from, oh, here's guaranteed money to nothing's guaranteed day to day, which is great. My parents were super happy about that. How do you make sure that people don't sound like you're a robot?
If I meet you in the streets, I'll just start saying, hey, what's going on? What you up to, or what are you doing here, or where you from, or just engage the conversation.
Type in this code. Test our knowledge on what we covered today in the show. And let the games begin. Here is your quiz. First question. This is multi-select. What is more important when considering starting a new business venture? 1, conducting solid market research. 2, setting up proper business structure. And, oh, look at that. Scott jumps into the leads. What are we talking about when we talk about career outlooks? The physical appearance of cybersecurity professionals, future job prospects, and opportunities in the field. Those are simply statistics that are telling you where we are now. The outlook is where we may be. Was that Corey coming in close behind and Eddie still getting stumped? What is crowdfunding? A way to raise money from a large number of people. What life skills do you need to really be able to maintain a career in this field, guys? Because there's got to be an enormous amount of pressure.
They're looking for somebody to be able to contribute to the team and sometimes maybe even help to provide leadership to the team. They're looking for people who are able to basically solve problems. And that skill is transferable.
You have to want to learn, right? You have to want to have the ability to learn the new technology as it relates to your career.
Critical thinking.
You have to have a passion. I've seen where that they become specialized in their career. They just have a passion for it and they become great in that role.
We're going to put our teacher hats on and we're actually going to provide you guys with additional learning materials and short lesson plans. So if you are an educator or you just want to follow up on your own, we produce a series of activities that you can use to further dig into the field. So the steps would be watch the first episode, take the quiz. Here's the printable version. So this is the guest resources from our last show. Conduct further activities, lesson 1, 2, and 3, based on the topic. In this case, it was entrepreneurship. And all that content is provided to you, compliments of my company. My name's Sam Matera. I want to thank you so much for tuning in from my beautiful home studio in the lovely city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And yes, we are a vocational program.